Hey, a quick note before we get into today's episode. You may have noticed the podcast has a new name. It's now called Program Design for Coaches, and I want to take a minute to explain why. The short version is that the market has shifted. Fully asynchronous courses where clients never have any contact with you are a tough sell right now. What's actually working are group programs where the coach is present and involved. That's the direction the coaching space is moving, and it's the direction the show is moving with it. Now, if you're listening to older episodes, the older episodes still say course throughout, and I've decided to just let them be. But here's the thing. The instructional design principles I talk about apply whether you're building a course, a group program, or anything in between. That advice still holds. The name just finally caught up to what I should have been saying all along. All right, that's it. Let's get into the episode. If you're building your coaching business on social media, you are building on land that you don't own. Every post, every carousel, every reel, every video, you're putting time and energy into a platform that can pull the rug out from under you at any moment. That algorithm changes, your reach will drop, and the audience you spent months building suddenly can't hear you. That's not a marketing strategy, that's a recipe for disaster. I've seen this happen over and over to coaches, and I've experienced it in my own business. And I know what happens when you skip this foundation. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through the 3 things you need to have in place to stop renting and start owning your audience. These are the fundamentals you need in place to start marketing your business effectively. Here's the hard truth about social media. Every follower you have isn't really yours. Think about what you're actually doing when you build an audience on a social platform. You're creating content and growing a following on someone else's property. And that property has rules you can't change, and quite often, those rules get changed unexpectedly. The platform decides who sees your content and how often. The platform can change its algorithm overnight, throttling your reach. Or even worse, it can disappear entirely along with your following. It's happened before, and it will happen again. Coaches who built entire businesses on a single platform have watched years of work evaporate because of one update they had no say in. But there is a way you can actually grow your own audience and not rent them. That's with an email list. And here's why it's different. When someone joins your email list, you have a direct line to them. No algorithm standing between you and your subscriber. You send an email, it lands in their inbox. That's an audience you own. And in a market where clients are taking longer to make buying decisions, that consistent direct contact is what builds the trust that eventually turns a subscriber into a paying client. So that's the first piece, your email list, an audience you own and control. But a list doesn't fill itself. And that starts with something most new coaches underestimate. When a potential client hears about you for the first time, what happens next determines whether you ever hear from that prospective client. Think about what happens when your ideal client first hears about you. Maybe they caught a podcast episode. Maybe someone mentioned your name. Maybe they stumbled across something you posted. The first thing they do is go looking for you. And when they find you, they're asking one question. Is this person for me? They're looking for signals. Does the person understand my problem? Do they sound like someone I could work with? Is this the right place? If the answer isn't immediately clear, they're going to leave. Not because you're not the right coach for them, but because nothing they found gave them a clear signal you were the right person to help with their problem. What you need is a marketing home. And that's what your website actually is. Similar to your email list, it's a piece of online real estate that you own and have total control over. You can decorate how you like, you can make it feel like you. And like any home, the way you decorate it sends a message. Your copy is that decoration. When it speaks directly to the problem your ideal client is living with, in language they would use themselves, the right person lands on your page and immediately feels like they found what they were looking for. That's your website doing real marketing work. So that's the second piece, a marketing home that makes the right clients feel like they've arrived. But you still need a way to attract potential clients. Having an email list and a website means nothing if nobody knows you exist. This is where a lot of new coaches hit a wall. They've thought about their ideal client, they know the problem they solve, they built their website, but all they're hearing is crickets. No one is signing up, no one is reaching out. And the reason isn't that they're not good enough at what they do, It's that they haven't given potential clients a low-stakes way to find them and take a first step. Think about how friendship starts. Nobody commits on day one and decides they're going to be good friends. There's a first conversation, a chance to get a feel for someone, to decide if this is a person worth knowing better. Then, over time, you continue to talk and share with each other until one day, it just feels like you've been friends forever. Your marketing needs that same first step to open a conversation and let potential clients get to know you. One of the best ways to take that first step is with a freebie. It's a free resource you offer in exchange for someone's email address. It can be a guide, a checklist, or a mini training. Something that gives your ideal client a taste of what it's like to work with you and starts to answer the question, is this person for me? Once they download it, they're on your email list and you can begin building that relationship. As for getting eyes on your freebie, 2 methods worth knowing about. A bundle, where a group of coaches pool their freebies together and cross-promote to each other's audiences. And a lead magnet swap, where 2 coaches agree to promote each other's freebies directly to their own list. Both get your name in front of people who wouldn't have found you otherwise. And once you have an email list with people on it, you can begin to grow that relationship, sending weekly or bi-weekly emails to your list with helpful resources and a little dash, or a big dash, of your personality thrown in. It builds the trust factor and it lets people know if you're the right person to help them. Now, to be clear, this is a high-level view of your marketing foundation. There is a lot more that goes into website and email copy that lets your ideal client know they're in the right place. Even determining who your ideal client is and how to best speak to them. And then there are even more steps when it comes to building your coaching business. If you're just getting started or you can't figure out why you aren't getting clients, I have 2 amazing people I'd recommend for you. First is Marisa Corcoran, who runs Copy Confidence Society, which is all about writing amazing copy. The other is Dallas Travers, who runs The Hive and is an amazing business coach. I'll leave links to their websites in the show notes. So now you understand the marketing foundation you need. But your foundation only matters if you understand the environment you're building it in. If you want to understand what's actually happening in the course and coaching market right now, why buyers are taking longer, what they need to see before they commit, and what that means for how you show up, go back and listen to my previous episode, The 2026 State of the Market. It'll give you the context that makes everything in this episode click. Find it wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. You've been listening to Program Design for Coaches. I'm Dr. Curtis Satterfield, and if nobody's told you lately, you've got what it takes to scale your business. I'll talk to you in the next one.